Hello everyone, welcome back to Factory Town, episode 9, I think. Hold on. Yes, episode 9. So thank you very much for joining. I really appreciate it. I also have a new subscriber, so we're now at 7. Welcome. So what we'll do today, now that the logic has been fixed, I'll just sort of go over and explain a bit more about this. I'm just going to delete everything and explain from the start. Right, so I have this loop here. Some mana crystals on this side, mana crystals on that side. And what I would like to achieve is for this to not be full 100. So I have a method for this. Obviously there's many different ways of doing it, but this is one of them and it might be useful for you. So first thing for rails, what you need is a place for them to pick things up, which is a rail stop. So if the rail stop points outwards, that's where they can pick up stuff. So it will be a red arrow, and then on the other side we want to drop it off, pointing towards the thing that we wanted to drop off in, green arrow. Now if you place one randomly, it will always be a green arrow. If you've placed it wrong, so let's delete those, get the rail stop again. So I accidentally put this as an output. I can change it in the top right here to input. Now there's an in-output thing, but I've never really got that to work, so I'll just use input and output separately. So now it's an input. So if this cart comes by, it just went past actually, and there's space in the silo, it will drop it off. But it's transporting too much mana. We don't need that much, especially not for our research, because that will finish fairly soon. So what we want to do is get some of these blocks. I like to use a blocker. You can also use a barrier gate as well. And an inventory sensor. Probably 2, although we don't really need it, I still want to show it. And then also a pull function and 2 math blocks. Right, so what inventory sensors do is they read off the amount that is in a location. So for example, in this silo or on this block. So I'll set it to this block, and then you can also filter it to only check for mana crystals. But I don't really want to do that. I don't really want to filter on that. What I do want is for this blocker to only be mana crystals. That way, if any other card comes by, it will go through it. Right, so for the cards, you place them down, and then you can press play here so they go. Or another thing you can do is just quickly turn them around with R. And this one does not have any filters on it, so it will just pick these up and then be filtered to mana crystals. That's not what I intended to happen. So obviously if you don't filter them, they pick up really anything. Right, so let this guy just sort of go along. So if I pick another one then, and turn off this rail stop so it won't pick anything up. It will just go through it, because this only blocks mana crystals. So let's turn this back on now. Right, so one of the inventory sensors I've now linked to the rail stop. And then the other inventory sensor I'm going to connect to this silo over here. Right, and then we're going to connect them to the math blocks. So what I want for this is I don't really want sort of half empty minecart to go along the rails, because that's sort of pointless. I want it to carry the maximum it can carry. So that is why when they are here, I want this blocker to keep blocking them when they're less than 20. So then I click on the inventory sensor, click on the math block, and then I'll leave it at that for now. Now, if this is the only logic you want to use, you don't want to do anything with the silo that's sort of on the other side of the land, you can just sort of directly connect this to the blocker, and then as long as this is less than 20, it will block. Now, if you use a barrier gate, you want this to be the opposite, because a barrier gate opens rather than blocks. So you would want this to be equals 20. And then for the other silo, I don't really want any mana to go there, as long as there is more than, let's say, $20 in there. So this is now greater than 20. So this inventory sensor connect to this math block. Now if we connect both of these to the blocker, the signal will get confused and it won't work. So that's why we use the bool function. And there's all these different options. I mainly use the and the or option. So I want both of the rules I'm putting in, so this location less than 20 and the other location greater than 20. If even one of them is true, I want the train to be blocked. So that's why I want to use the OR function. Sometimes I confuse myself on this, but I want to use the OR function. And if I want both of them to be true, so only if this is less than 20 and the other silo is greater than 20, it would block. But if this was half empty and there was so that would be false. And then if the less than 20 for the greater than 20, sorry, for the silo was true, the cart would still go through because only one of them is true. And they need to both be true. So, or. So this is now set to or. Then we escape click, and from this math block we'll send it to this bool function. Both of these math blocks will go there, and then the bool function will connect to the blocker. Now, question is, because this is struggling for books and things, it doesn't really, it won't start the logic just yet, I don't think, because the status of the logic is usually triggered only once the actual inventory changes, and the change triggers a reaction. But who knows, maybe it will work because this is a blocker and it's already on, so yeah. Press play. Meanwhile, I'll go get a cart and get the paper out again. Right, so this one is now stopped by the blocker. So it has 20 in it, so this one is true. Well, in case of the blocker, it needs to be false. So it is false. And then once this becomes false, the cart can go through again. Have you done the paperwork? Yeah, okay. That's good. So let's have this paper go in here. Get another wagon again. Right, so this one is now gonna pick up some things which should not do anything for our logic. So you'll probably see a flash here. Yeah. And now this is 96 and the carts are not going. So we'll start doing some other things and see if we can actually get to less than 20 or 20 or less. Let's see, so you're done, so we can turn that one on. This is empty. What do you do? Nothing anymore. I almost clicked on quit then. Right. I mean, it's going fairly quick. So what I was thinking last time, maybe we want to put some of the stuff we make, for example this stone, go onto the rail. I thought I needed to put this on a rail, but now I've put the apothecary right there. I don't really need to. So yeah, let's add this onto the rail. Although it would be delivered into the base eventually, and I want to relocate the base. So before I do that. Let's relocate the base. It's a bit of a shame this isn't too wide. Doesn't really go that well there. That's a little annoying. Sorry, I'm just thinking about this a bit much. Did you get lost? Oh, well, don't matter. So, let's see. Thought I'd just put sort of a little square to balance it out. Maybe something like this. Or am I going to make it all stone anyway? Not sure on this. Yeah, I can't say I'm a fan. Right, delete this. You go there. Just make this road go through the middle. Yeah, delete that one as well. And then with select, move. Should I not have done that, maybe? No, it makes sense, because this is like 3 tiles circle, and this is there. it's fine. Makes this face that. Maybe turn that around. Yeah, I like it. Why did I do this again? Oh yes, because I wanted to put the stone on the rail to be delivered to this packager. Now the question is, do I really want it to be delivered into the base? Or do I just want it to go straight here? Because this is where the stone is required. That's all nails, machine shop. Yeah, so you need stone. You don't need stone. Right, okay, so basically only the reinforced planks need stone. You're making stone. Well, we, to be honest, don't really need you anymore. But we do want stone up here. Probably I'll let this do its thing for now, because I just want to clear this stone away and then maybe have like a rail go up. Oh, that's the thing I didn't explain yet. I left a space in between here. Reason being is it will be easier that way if once I have a lot of cards. It will become more clear when I put in this stone thing when I decide on where to put it. So I'll put it you're the one that needs it. So if I put it right there, I think that would work. Right there. Don't think I'll need this anymore. And then I need to flatten this. Yeah, that should be enough space. Move this one here. And remove this grain that we don't need. And then we'll put the rails in. So basically it will come in from maybe here somewhere or here, and then it will go around and come out this way. So just drag that along. Oh. Just looking how I'm gonna cross this rail with the path. That might do actually. Let's just go down a bit. I can't go down a bit because there's water there. Right, okay. In that case, just build a little bridge across. It's a bit awkward, isn't it? Definitely is. So what if I do this? Move that. That way I at least have one space here that I can connect other things to. Right, so that then goes there. I unpaused for a second because the rail cart was in the way. Now I also need this one to go through, so I should probably have left a bit more space. Although, probably I have enough space actually. That is if I wanted to reconnect to here. Now the thing is, I could connect it up to the other side. So what that means is when the train comes here, drops off the stuff, it goes back quicker rather than finishing the loop and then going back to pick up more stuff. But once I get a lot of train carts on here, the ones that go from left to right will be blocked by the ones coming through here. And it will just slow the whole thing down. So you want to try and avoid this. The way to do it is to have, that's why I left the space in here really, is you can have them, let's say, come in here, then get this block, go up, and over the road, just sort of looking, I'm wondering if it will go over this part or not. Right, I just need to draw out the pattern for where the other houses are going to go. So one house will fit here and there. Then this will sort of be blocked. This is gonna cause trouble, I know it already. But yeah, so one house will go there. Then one house can go here maybe, or maybe no houses, but then one house there, one house there. Yeah, so 3 is really perfect here. But I can also just make this one road. Make this go ever so slightly that way. Think. Just delete the entire thing we just built. And then the rail will move ever so slightly. Right, so when you go past one of these blocks, it automatically puts down a stop, which is sometimes a little annoying. I'm just gonna build a bridge across. Right, so but what this one space in the middle does is it gives you some space to go down again as well. And then smoothly slide in with the other rail carts. But now the question is, where am I gonna build my bridge? Wait, no. Do I not? I'm just gonna block off where I want houses to be. So that's 3. So that's where I want the houses. Now you guys move out of the way. So I could use this for bridge. And it's gonna be with bridge. Just the way it is. Yeah, it just looks odd, doesn't it? I'll actually keep that one, delete this other one, and then Yeah, that's a little weird, but it's okay. And this guy's walking over the rails and got himself stuck. You know what? You're fired. You also fired. You seem to be wanting to do something. Not sure on that one. See if we can relocate you. Yeah, this is making what you were searching for. So you deliver here. Can you do that? I mean, it's a bit of a walk for you, I understand. Through the sugarcane. Right, okay, you're gonna walk around the farm. And then you can reach it though? You can reach it. Right, great. So now the base is where it is. This is where it is. So just need to... Right, you just drop your stuff off in there. And then we're delete this. I just like a little light there. Sort of the little witchery house where people go for witchcraft. Right, so the road. Also, that's a little thing I did last time but not talked about. Change the grass. So now the grass is on, I can't really see if I want to edit the terrain what size it is, so I turn it off. Just a little tip there if you get annoyed with it. Right, move you out of the way. And then we want this to go up. That to go up. Oh, that's too much. Okay, now how is the rest of this looking? This is fairly flat up to here. Now I can go straight in. Yeah, off there, onto there. Can I press control on this? Doesn't really want to do it. Okay. Right, so the rails go up to there. And then down again onto here. Right, time for a little more logic, and then we'll call it a day. So basically, we want a pusher, and the same on this side, and then a inventory sensor and math block, which are basically like my favorite combinations. And then if equals 0, this just stone. The question is, I'm not really sure if this works. No, that won't work. Because I have everything in crates, so I'm not sure if I pick up some stone that is in crates. Right, so for example, if I set this to stone and let you go, you do pick up the crates. That's great news. Hold on, let me test another thing. So if I put in the rail logic push, but only push stone brick, will you then be pushed? Yes. Okay, in that case, I've set the filter on this to stone, so I can say here to only push the stone cart. And I only want to push the stone cart if it is empty. So inventory sensor offset to this location just before the pusher, and then if it equals 0, go down this road to collect some stone. Right, so if I, for example, take this cart now and go through, it turns off the pusher because this one's full. So we'll just let it go through rather than send it all the way over there and have it come back later. So we're going to do the similar thing for the other side. Just copy those to here. But basically here push stone if it's basically any stone greater than 0. And don't forget to change the offset because we now want to look just before this pusher. And that's gonna drop off there. If I put in a rail stop pause, rail stop, drop off there. Yep, nice. And because it didn't drop off everything, it's not gonna go down all the way down here. I might put some logic in to wait here until it's empty so it doesn't drive around for nothing. But that will be something for next time. What I will just fix this time is these two poor little carts getting stuck on each other. If I can get the right block, use this menu instead. So there you go, a little bit of logic for you. We'll do more next time. Not sure if I would explain it to this extent. This is just because a lot of it will be a repeat of this. I mean, I'll go slow if it's really complicated, but yeah. Why are you over here again? No, what? You're fired. We'll figure something out for you next time. Or did I have multiple people? Yeah, this guy's still working. That's fine. It's fine. So, yeah. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed and see you next time. Goodbye.